Good morning, Trinity friends, and happy Wednesday in the Word with Miss Alyssa. So today we have another super fun family activity for you guys to do together. And this is a great way to have family discussions together and about faith. And of course, creating that connection between the church and the house. And a really great way for parents, for you guys to open up doors to have conversations with your tiny humans about your faith and their faith and all about God. So today we're going to be reading from Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 6. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. And this is one of my all-time favorite verses. Personally, when I'm experiencing something hard going on in my life, this is a verse that comes to mind and serves as a really great reminder, like, God is always going to be with me. And, you know, when we face those really awesome times in our life, when we're feeling really close to God, those mountaintops, and especially when He's with us in those valleys where, you know, it's really hard to keep our eyes on God when we're so overwhelmed with the trials and tribulations that are going on. It's hard to just see our circumstances and not our faithful God. But we can be patient and in those times and troubles and be joy-filled and hopeful in Jesus. And we know that following Jesus is never promised to be easy, but God does promise to be faithful to each and every one of us. And so a great question to ask your tiny people: what do you think it would be like to reach the top of a mountain? Would you be exhilarated by the views that you're seeing? Or would you be kind of scared because you're on the top of a mountain? So feel free to ask those questions to your tiny people, and parents, please feel free to share and dive into those conversations as well. And if you're looking for additional verses to go along with this, I would suggest Romans 12, 9 through 21. And where do we see God's hope in our life this week? And where do we need to practice some patience? And another verse is Matthew 16, 21 through 28. How can we find trust in Jesus even when life is hard? How do we put Jesus first in our lives? And this is a really great way to talk about those hard moments. Now that your kiddos have been in school for a little bit, being able to talk about maybe some tricky moments that have happened in the past few weeks, and reminding your tiny people that no matter what they're facing at school or in their sports teams or wherever it may be, and they're facing some hard times, a great reminder of how Jesus is with them, and continuing to exemplify that in your own life of sharing, yeah, like, this was a hard season, but I knew that God was going to be with me. And if you're looking to enjoy the hot weather outside, feel free to taking your family outside on a walk or a little hike, and maybe go downhill, find some unstable ground, and take a moment to pray together as a family, and thanking God for being with us in all environments, in all circumstances, and a really great way to continue to bring those conversations alive. And using all different mediums, like being outside or stargazing or whatever it may be. But I hope that wherever you are today, if you are maybe just walking through a hard season, that you're encouraged, and then you can go and encourage your tiny people. And just reminding you that God is with you. It may feel really tricky right now, navigating that hard situation. Maybe you're navigating some hard family members or coworkers or friends or whatever it may be. It's not going to be easy, but God is going to be faithful. So I hope you find encouragement today, and I'll see you next week, friends. Bye.